All right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Yes. Okay, okay. We're listening to some smooth stuff this morning. Another day in paradise, no? Hello, Rose. How far out thou, Rose? I hope you are well. I was just thinking I might draw for a little while. Who knows what could happen when nothing happens after all? Yes, paradise has come, my friends. Paradise is here and it is on fire. Yes, it is. The hospital that I was born in burned down, that's for sure. I honestly don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with it and feeling a little crisp, a little saucy. That's what you get when you mix recipes, when you cross contaminate the kitchen. You get sick, you more than likely will kill people, and you will go to prison if you're not careful. Thus, it is better to always clean your surfaces and leave them ready for the next person. So when they come along, they don't have to deal with your crap. I think you understand. Yes. It's all about thinking ahead, friends. Thinking ahead, looking before you leap. Talk is cheap. You gotta earn your keep. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. I was once a very strong cowboy, lost in a sea of cows. Ah, it was beautiful. And then along came jazz, and I just have to say everything changed overnight. I, my voice changed. I went from talking like this, and boy, I just thought once maybe I was just walking down the street, and then this thing hit me, and what is this whole world of wonderful confusion and nonsense? I was captivated right away, friends. Oh, it had me. It sunk its jazzy little teeth into my wretched little neck. Yes, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I agree. Yes, I have the best fans. Sorry, YouTube people. I'm on Twitch right now as well. To be honest, I don't even know what Twitch is. I don't even know what it does. Is it for gamers? Is it for gaming or something? Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I've got a sixth sense for all of that crap. Play it, Johnny. Oh, I didn't know you were gonna get so quiet, Johnny. Who do you got back there on the drums today, Johnny?
Oh, that's Peter.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. How you doing?
Oh, Peter doesn't talk.
Oh, sorry, Peter. I didn't realize her. I didn't see her. Okay, I get it now. Oopsie doody. Here, let's just draw. Forget about the world for a few moments. How about that, folks? Win, lose, or draw. I've always been a loser. I've never won a thing, but I can draw like the Dickens. How about that? How about them apples? I like gala apples. Those are pretty good. The Honey Crisps are okay. Depends on the season. If they're out of season and they taste good, watch out, friends. Watch out. They might got something in them. It's just like cat poop. If you eat it after 30 days and it tastes like cat poop, you want to run. You want to run for the hills. You want that cat poop after 30 days that tastes like Tootsie Rolls. All you little Halloween go-getters out there know what I'm talking about. At the very least. We can all find common ground there, can't we? No? Okay. Fair enough. Who you got over there in the bassoon?
No, we're not talking to him.
Oh, who is he? How did he get in here?
We don't know.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes, hey sir, you can show yourself out. Yeah, you. You just turn around. There you go. Yeah, because it is that way. Thank you. Security, show him out, please. I wrote this copyright-free music And I put it. This is not my music. I was not trying to give off that impression. Let's see. Who is this, by the way? It's like even in the title, all it says is no copyright. Coffee house jazz, calm jazz music, relaxing music, relax music, meditation. What the? What? Why can't you just say Jimmy John on the on the pizza and the drums? Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy John's. What is that place called? Jimmy John's? I'm from Jimmy Johnny's. We're the not so good knockoff of the not so good pizza place that everybody loves so not so good much. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, everybody, I was going to the ocean the other day. I was thinking I might take a little dip. The water's fine, it's freezing cold. And guess what I saw out in the water? I saw a little face looking back at me. That's right. Oh, Black came out of nowhere just to say that. Life is like a box of oceans. You never know what you're gonna wet. But you're gonna get wet, my friends. We're all gonna get so damn wet. When the oceans come right in. Ebbs and flows. That's what life is all about. You know that every 7 years, we change from the inside out, or at least our skin does. It takes 7 years for our skin to go from the bottom layer to the top layer and then disappear. Become dust, essentially. That's what we're all going to become. Little skin dust flakes floating around the earth, landing on people's noses and eyes and mouths. Probably making them sick to their stomach. Sorry, Cyborg Sid just tried to turn on again, so I had to turn him off. I'm sorry, folks. Cyborg Sid is, he's not ready. Cyborg Sydney, I met him at Disney in Sydney, Australia. It's November 7th, my friends. I hope this night never ends, 'cause I'm wearing Depends. But that only depends on you, dear. Right, okay, come on now. Let's get along, little doggy. A sweet little dachshund dog. Yeah. I don't know what I'm singing about, but I think y'all can relate. This is better than some of the stuff I've heard. I just look for like weird. Lately, I've been on this kick of this total kick of like looking for like no copyright infringement music. And so far, I'm off to a good start. Give me a minute. Give me one sec. Hold on. It really makes me want to dance. And fart. Lo siento. Oh. Have you ever been alone in a world full of people? Well, now, one man stands at the precipice of social anxiety and depression to bring you oh, that's so silly. I mean, it'd be great for a movie or something, you know? Like the scene where like somebody gets their wiener chopped off. I don't know. Wiener, lose or draw. That's what I always say, right? Oh, yeah. I can only imagine the kind of person that sits in a studio and like listens to that kind of stuff. Good morning, Joel. I mean, not listens to it. I don't mean like that, because I would make that shit. But like, I can like imagine him making it in like his room or something like that, and he's just like bouncing off the walls. Or I hope he is, anyways, because I would be like cranking that stuff up and dancing like I just was. I just hurt my back. I was thinking I would just play this. Hope everybody is finding a little bit of happiness in the world this morning. Hey everybody, it's this guy. It's this freaking guy. It's over here. Look, it's this guy right here. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I think if Kurt Cobain had lived, I would like to have played guitar with him. I always wish I could have met Bowie. It's sad, like getting older and seeing some of you here. I don't really try to have too many heroes anymore, but can't help it. I do fanboy out or whatever, you know. And there's a few that have gone. I'm just like, damn, really? That fucker taught me so much. It's like, that's the school of life, you know, or whatever. Maybe even like, like a school of rock. But that's how I learned how to play guitar. I was listening to like Kurt and like Neil Young. And, God, around 17 or something like that. I was listening to all sorts of stuff. I forget how much kind of different stuff. I was listening to the James Gang. I was listening to Neil Young. I listened to Philip Glass. Not very much Philip Glass, to be honest. I'm trying to be more honest about that stuff. I wasn't that cool, but I had this Philip Glass tape that I listened to a few times. But I really loved weird instrumental music. But it had to be the right circumstance. And I made weird, when I was 15, I started making these weird like AM radio things to fall asleep to. I would like cut voices and like music and keyboards and guitars and stuff together for like the entire side of a tape, a cassette tape, which was like 90 minutes, just so and both sides, just so I could like fall asleep listening to it. It was like the weirdest 15-year-old now that I look back. I mean, 15 was like if I was like a caterpillar before that. And then I feel like, I guess it seems like we do come out of our shell or whatever, but then we slowly can like go back into it over time and be complacent. I feel like that's why I think the longest time I was ever not complacent, like sounds bad, but I was content, I guess. It was in Idaho. And I'm thinking about all the cool stuff I could have done now that I'm doing all this cool stuff. But I was just trying to focus on music and art, and I wasn't doing videos or YouTube like this. I never went live, ever. I only started doing this like 5 months ago. Like seriously going at it, you know? And realizing I wanted to like get to 1,000 followers, or subscribers, friends, family, now, a lot of you. And I need to somehow manage to get a video to like I think it's 10 million or 3 million views or something, which you would think would be, I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but you would almost think it would be easy to do because of some of the crappy videos that are out there. But even the crappy videos, they have something that I look at, I'm like, no, okay, no, I get it, you know, it makes sense, I get it. I see why people would like dig that, but I just haven't been able to do that yet. So that's gonna be the hardest. Or no, or there's like another option. It's like you have to get like 24,000 watch hours or something, and I'm only at like 2 or something. I don't even know. Like I don't know how that they calculate that, but it's just really I would love to be able to like have like a bigger show when I go live. I've said this before, so. But even like have like funny like go out in public and have these like weird live art classes out in public and have people like draw stuff and get them to be on camera and like sign my little waiver thing and just do like a weird little interview with the public and go out into like art galleries and act like I'm even like part of the gallery, but just prank the entire thing, like prank the entire gallery. Because galleries are so fucking. Sorry. Try not to cuss so much. Galleries are just so very pretentious and annoying to me. I like art that speaks immediately to everyday people like me. I might be beautiful and have a great imagination and be a freaking genius. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just mean like I'm I consider myself a working class blue collar artist. You know what I mean? I have day jobs. I have a full-time job. I've always had full-time jobs and I do this on the side. It's just, we all do shit like that, There's just one thing to have done something your entire life and still be completely, seemingly, except for like the past like week or so, and the past like maybe like the last year, I think, to feel like completely ostracized from the art community and even like your friends who are actors and artists, musicians, and completely ignored by everybody. It makes you feel like I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right, right? Like if everybody hates you or doesn't talk to you, I think you're onto something. And a lot of my friends probably don't talk to me because I don't buy into that political bullshit that everybody else does. And I have no problem cussing about that kind of crap. How both parties work together to destroy us all, and we laugh about it, we bicker and moan about it. And that's all I'll say about that. I look for good in people. I'm not going to sit here and say half the countries are racist or something like that because they like had this one fucking option. And it's insulting, especially when people like that don't live with conservatives like I do. I live with a conservative. She's not like hardcore or anything, and she loves me a lot, and I love her a lot, and I've grown to love her a lot over the course of the past several months I've lived here. 6 months, I guess. Thank you for the nice comments. You're good, guy. We don't have to be friends. All we have to do is find common ground. That's my point. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to like each other, but I'll respect you as long as you respect me until it crosses the line. And I don't think I'd ever cross the line with you. Not in the way that you probably... I don't even know, man. I'm not even gonna go there, but... I've never seen... I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just not. It's just ridiculous. Because there's so much nuance in the world. And I feel like... anymore, I'm just trying to find common ground with people and not trying... That what I've been sort of saying, I want this to be like my motto. I want to bring this into my brain just as much, where it's like, I feel like we could be friends. We have to be friends first before we can make fun of each other. Let's just be friends first, get to know each other a little bit, and then we can roast each other all we want, buddy. How about that? You know what I mean? Hey, Rick. And I mean that with all respect. I think you're a human being. You want the same things that I want. Water, good things for your family. You want a little bit of happiness. You want to carve out a little patch of earth for yourself, I imagine. You want to make a living. You don't want to hunt for scraps or dive in the ditch for scraps or hunt in the dumpster like so many of us have to. You're one of us in so many ways. I am one of you in so many. We're all this is how we reflect each other. We bounce off each other. Like I'm right there with you. And that's the thing, we've been lied to all this time by the people that claim to be on our side. And I hate them all. I punch up. And I think that's very important. And it's important to recognize that once people get to a certain caliber of standard of living, I should say, like a certain class, they have different standards. They might say they have morals and this, but once you get to a certain level, your standards change. And so these people do have standards, but they just have different standards because they think money is power, and it makes them powerful. That money, but it's not the money that makes them powerful. There was a gentleman in Greece who lived in a freaking bucket, like Oscar the Grouch. That's what Oscar the Grouch basically is, kind of like, sort of like to emulate, you know? I forget his name off the top of my head, but I think it was one of the emperors envied this man who lived in a freaking. He was a philosopher. He just lived in a can his whole life, and he was envied by everybody, all the rich and powerful, because he was just he got it. He knew what life was all about, and they could see that, and they envied it, and they had everything at their fingertips, and they envied this man who had nothing and who wanted nothing. I wish I could remember. I don't want to just like Google it right now. Just somebody else can Google it. But it's just one of those things. I was raised by conservatives and Christians. Like, you would probably really get along with my dad. I'm just like saying, if I don't know why you said that about me. Maybe because I have nail polish on or something. I don't know. Or you think I'm on the left or something like that. I'm just guessing. It doesn't really matter. It could be anything. And that's okay. I do that all the time. And I love being surprised. I love being proven wrong by people. When, like when people are like, oh, they see a video or, or something. It's like, there is still hope in the world. Proof that there is still hope. It's like, dude, there is so much hope. So much fucking love and so much good stuff going on out there. So much that people are conditioned to even hate that. And it makes them mad. And I was so sad for a long time that I used to see people happy, and I was jealous and angry and bitter about it. I was like, when am I gonna get that? And then I realized that the loneliness that I was feeling, it wasn't from lack of love from other people. It was something deep inside me that I lost a long time ago. And then I finally started to get it back. So I think it's important just to try to get your happiness back. How Stella got her groove back and shit, And it starts with being kind to yourself and showing yourself respect and knowing that it's not your fault. And then it's gonna be okay. It just makes me sad that so many people are hurting. I think art is a powerful tool when it comes to communicating with people that might think differently than you. It's a chance for you to see inside of me without me having to say anything. This is my music too. I recorded this in Boise, Idaho, in the basement. I think it's a chance for you to, it's like a movie or something, it's a chance for you to slip into somebody else's shoes, wear somebody else's hat, for a minute. And people always come here and they're like, man, I wish I could draw like that. And I'm like, no, you don't, because you don't know what it takes. You just don't. It looks cool, sure, I guess, but like, I've lost so much I've ignored so many people and so many things because of this stuff. Because I was just determined to be discovered, and it just never happened. Meanwhile, I'm working these day jobs and working for people, trying to impress them by working my fucking ass off. And my body just breaks. And I'm 44, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, and this there's no American dream. This is just the American story now, the American tale. You know, you work 7 jobs for shit, you get shat on by everybody. But then they want more from you, and then they take your medicine from you. They take your world from you, your future from you, and then they demand that you vote for whatever puppet they put in front of you. It's like, fuck that. I think people are smarter than that, and they see through it, and that's why they make people that see through it look stupid, or they call them like, are you woke? Are you fucking this or that? Label. Are you a label? Are you this or that? Are you this or that? Labels. Labels. Land of the fucking labels. It's like fucking second grade again. Oh, I'm just trying to fucking draw. Leave me alone. You know? No, I'm just trying to raise my kids. I'm just trying to find some fucking happiness. Everybody's fucking just trying to find some happiness. And it's evil to try to take that away from people. I mean, good God, as long as you're not trying to hurt people or kill dogs or something like that. Like, you're cool. Just, I'm not talking about you, my friend. I was, about what you said necessarily. I'm not trying to take all this up on. I'm not taking this up on you. It's just there's a difference between people coming to my channel and saying what you said, and then people coming to my channel being like, you have nail polish on, you're going to hell, you gay person. Or being gay is wrong. It's like, says who? Says what? And if you told me what I would think you would tell me, I'd be like, oh, then we got some issues, because I've read that shit, and you probably haven't. So I can point things out all day long that's wrong about the world. How about we just start pointing out things that are right? I'm trying to put the lid on my coffee without it exploding, although because it's really full. There it is. There it goes. Oh gosh, okay. I'm not trying to be so dramatic. I'm sorry. It's just, we are reflections of our time and our place, and this is a strange time in history where, for some reason, everybody thinks that everybody hates each other, and I'm telling you, they don't. You go out in the world, and people just don't hate each other. It's not like that. I get along with everybody out there. I live in a very conservative area, and I wear a wig, eye makeup, a skirt, and I've never had any problems out in this area, ever. Some kids said fag from a car, and I don't even know if they were saying it to me. Plus, I don't even know if they would have known that I was a guy, to be honest. But even then, it's like, those are just kids. Like, their sister's gay or whatever. Who cares? Their mom's a liberal. Your dad's a conservative. Whatever. Can we just, you know what I mean? A lot of this is coming from the fact that I go on Facebook and all these people are just like, I woke up today and I just wanted to, and I'm like, God damn, dude, everybody's acting like it's the end of the world. And it's like, we already went through this and everything was fine, except people in other countries still got murdered by our bombs just the same way. And again, and this is the thing that kills me, well, literally. But it's like, like, I'm sorry, but it is first world problems now. And they're saying it's like fascism. I'm sorry, but that's why we have checks and balances. And like I said, I live in a very conservative area, and there's no parades. There's no Trump parades here. You would have never even known there was an election here. It's like insane to me. I thought there would be much more, to be honest. And again, I was proven wrong. And I work in a pet shop where my eye makeup is still on, and some dudes come in and they're just like, kind of like, what? Okay, because I'm kind of eccentric. I wear eyeglasses that are colored and stuff like that, and so I would expect anybody to look at me a little sideways, but people are totally cool. I lived in Portland for 4 years. Nobody talked about Trump. Nobody talked about Biden. They just talked about rent and food and bus tickets and casual shit, just like humans do. Just like, and then you come on things like this on social media, and then somebody all of a sudden is just like, comes into my house to just disrespect me for no reason, without even knowing who I am. You know what I mean? Like they'll say awful, awful things. And it takes 2 seconds for me to realize what kind of person I'm dealing with before I give them the boot or I give them the benefit of the doubt. And lately I've been trying to give people the benefit of the doubt way more. Because even the people that deserve the boot, I think, are hurting more than the ones without it. And it makes me sad too that they have to be mean to other people just to feel better for a second about themselves. I guess I used to be there because it can be empowering when you're just like some seemingly faceless name or whatever in the void of faceless names. But you're not faceless to me. I make little faces for all of you. And then I dream about you. And then my dreams become art. And art becomes reality. And this is how we change the world. And we'll always live under the thumb. We'll always live under a thumb. And the presidents don't really have that much power. They can encourage people to do awful things, I guess. And they embolden people. But even under Obama, I always think back to Standing Rock. And how in the last year or so of Obama's term, he could have done so many good things for them. And he could have sent people out there to stop mercenaries from biting Native Americans on their own land. And basically torturing them. But he didn't do shit. He didn't lift one little finger for them. And I remember that. I don't have a short memory when it comes to that sort of stuff. I'm old enough to have a memory long enough to remember that nobody helped them. And I consider those people, Native Americans, to be, I hold them in high regard. Let's just say that. Indigenous people all around the world deserve, what can I even say? Even if I said deserve the world, their world was taken from them and built over. It's just sad because a lot of people think now it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to become of me and mine all of a sudden? But it's just like they don't even like ever bat an eye about what happened when Armageddon came to some of Americans, original Americans, or people around the world. That our policies destroy countries every day all around the world. We pull like good leaders out of countries and put in puppet dictators. We do that, and we destroy countries which are like worlds to people. So those people have seen Armageddon, and they don't see Democrat, Republican, moderate, left, right, upside, whatever the fuck, red, blue. They just see America, and they see that big ass fucking flag coming overhead with the bombs dropping on them. They don't give a fuck about Democrat, Republican. And it's a shame that we do, because if we understood the kind of power that we had at our fingertips, they would be terrified of us. Terrified. Some of them saw that kind of stuff on January 6th. And I'm not condoning that kind of behavior. But I'm just surprised that that hasn't happened before, or during 2020 when we had, like, everybody was in the streets, like, protesting. What's like, what happened after that? Nothing. Like, it's just everything's back to normal. People are coughing on my neck in line still. Everybody just couldn't wait to like stand right behind me at the grocery store to spit loogies in the back of my neck. Apparently, god dang, I miss that shit. To be honest, I miss social distancing. I miss social dancing. Social distance dancing was the best. I call it the virtual rigmarole. Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat in a bit. Well, we also took their names and named our streets and our rivers, and it took me a long time to realize that growing up here, especially when I moved to Oregon. There's so many things that are named after Native American. I mean, all over the place. It's all over America, really, and in Canada too. And it's like these tribal lands that we just took, and we just took the kept the names, and it's just I don't even know why they did that. That's like just super sad to me too. I know it can't. I mean, it just still happens. That's what my point. I mean, we when I say we, I mean like the government, the American government, the people that have power, not you and me necessarily. I just mean America. It's not like I'm going out there with a pitchfork telling people to get off my lawn or whatever, get off my lawn. But I mean, I do that on Tuesdays. But sorry, how much more? And then to see what they did at Standing Rock, and then how nobody came to their defense, just was despicable. And I'm sorry, but two corporate war parties are too many for me. You have to take a stand somewhere, and I take a stand at war, endless war. I understand people's frustrations, and I understand that there's people that are happy, and I think that that's funny too. They think that that any of these politicians are on their side. If they are, what's gotten better over the past 40 or 50 years? What's gotten better? Everything's just gotten worse, and everything's just more divided, and that's a shame. See, with my art, I like connecting things. It's like synapses, and we bounce off each other whether we like it or not. And when people bounce off me, I want to leave kindness in my wake, I suppose. Except for when that goddamn water heater comes on. Sorry, folks. Just kidding. No, I don't know who Diddy is, but that's that ain't something or anybody I just don't know. What year is this again? What? Diddy. What a stupid ass name. Go by your real name. Sean. That's a strong, handsome name. Oh, diddly. Oh gosh. Our fuzzy training from weaker civilizations has been human before. Yep, absolutely. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Oh, I'm sorry. Or is... Oh, Jamar, those are lyrics to a song. He, yeah. I'm the pen and you're the highlighter. Right. Hi, Melu. I like that poem. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. It's that song. If you didn't know what that song was, Jamar, I think that's what he was talking about. Don't make me do that again. Because I can do it all day, baby. That's right, you're listening to Smooth Jazz Water Heater 101 FM with Story Grub and the Trumpet Puppets. Oh, welcome to hell. And here's the handbasket. Did you know that 10%, oh shit, of all human life depends on one goddamn thing. Did you? Well, I'm here to tell you. I have no idea what that thing is, but this music makes me want to jump off a cliff and fly. That's what I'll do. I'll jump off a cliff and I'll fly. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Turn that down. No. This music it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's bad. Oh my gosh. It made me want to do things, people. Hold on. Okay. That's better. I'm drinking coffee from a cup in a garage in California, USA. Planet Earth, here in the Milky Way. I'm eating a candy bar too. Oh, my eye itches. It really itches, and it's one of them itches that you just don't ever want to stop. I don't ever want to stop. A scratch. Oh, stupid. You know, I would hate to see a world where people were like literally dancing in the streets, like, you know that song, "Everybody's dancing in the street." That would really annoy me. But if people were walking around just going, if a lot of people were doing that, imagine what kind of like sound. It'd be like a beehive, like a huge beehive colony. And maybe that's what bees are doing. And maybe that's what music is. It's like a form of telepathy that we forgot. Because I think music and vibration is like one of the most important things in the universe. Well, vibration. Vibration, stardust, and living algae. Algae comes from outer space. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that green algae comes from outer space. That's right. Oh, hit it, Johnny. Ooh. Are your fingers on fire yet, Johnny? Oh, he's good. Wait, that's not Johnny? Well, who the hell is that? Oh, Ronnie. Go, Ronnie. Wait, who the hell's Ronnie? Oh, okay. He's a new guy? Oh, okay. He seems nice. What? He doesn't like puppies? He doesn't like puppies? Ronnie? 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 Stop. Ronnie?
Yeah?
Well, Sonny over here says that you don't like puppies.
No, I don't really like puppies.
Well, you can just get the hell on out of here. Just get on out. Go on, get on out. Don't like puppies, you son of a bitch. The door's that way. The other way, dipshit. This is alien music. Let me know if that's too loud and I'll turn it up. What film? That's kind of a funny joke. She threw a fit. He threw a fit. Hi, Adriana. How are you? I will be right back. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it is, or I'm gonna get an X-ray too because it's possibly maybe a fracture in my wrist. I took a spill the other couple weeks ago at the ocean, and it hurts. It didn't hurt at first, and then the first day I started working at this new job, and it's no problem because they're totally cool, but it started hurting, and I was hurted. Jeez, it started hurting, and right in the middle. And the best way I could describe it was like Gandalf grabbing Frodo with his thumb right there and pinching it as hard as he could, just like right in the middle. It's like, like that, you know? Anyways, yeah. But it feels like different than a tendon, because I have tendonitis now in my shoulders and my elbows and stuff from working years of crappy jobs. I'm a pretty strong person, believe it or not. But my body just kind of was just like, dude, you can't do this anymore. My dad used to work us like little horses when we were kids. So when I work at a job where it's like manual, you know, I'm running and I'm hustling and I'm lifting and breaking my back to help my coworkers. I'm like the best person you want to work with, to be honest too. I said I was like I'd be a good neighbor too, which I am, because I watch out for my neighbors and stuff. I think a good neighbor is a safe street, really, that kind of stuff. It just makes for good, whatever. At the very basics, just know their names, but somewhat. Anyways, it's not like I'm going out door to door. So, anywho, but I did take a gnarly spill at the ocean where I landed like this, like hand down on a rock on this, like, and it just right in my wrist, and it hurt like kind of immediately, but then it like went away, and then it came back like a few weeks later. Long story short. I've been trying to use my left hand lately because people say that it's better that way or something. I don't understand what they're really getting at, but they say it's like they're like, is it as if you're drawing with a stranger, or like strangers drawing it, and I'm like, what? I'm not picking up what you're putting down, and they're like, you will. I'm like, okay. Still haven't figured it out yet, folks, but whatever. That was a self-congratulatory joke, in case you didn't pick up on that. I feel like I could go on like a sitcom and write like jokes for a sitcom. I think I know what the people want. I think I know what the people like. Um, I've been doing this for a long time. I like the color red. I really do. I'm not a blood or a Crip or whatever the fuck. Which one's the? I think the Bloods are the blue are blue and the Crips are red, right? Wait, no. Or are they blended now? Or are they just like fighting? Are they punching up now too? Are there no more gangs? There's no more gangs, right? Okay, good. Because I do want to go to LA and just like camp out on the streets of Compton, just for the fun of it. Underneath the street light, just bring a little tent in case I need to nap. It'd be a huge ride, but I'm up for it. So yeah, I need to get an X-ray on my hand, and I want to say that there might even be like a little hairline fracture in here somewhere, which means I basically just got to do this, what I'm doing already, because it's not like they can go in there and, well, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna super glue it, but I don't have the right tools to dig into my wrist, so I'm just gonna wing it, like how the Egyptians built the pyramid with chicken bones and cat gut. It's neat looking down and seeing people watching. I'm happy that people are. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. It looks like that reminds me of that little dinosaur from Mario Brothers or something. I don't know. If you like this kind of art, you should look up a couple artists. There's one, I think Harvey Norman. Do you guys remember why I wrote that? I don't remember why I wrote that. I just thought it was funny. How about, let's see. I'm sure a lot of you know who H.R. Giger is. I think the correct pronunciation of his last name is it's H.R. Giger. I think he's Austrian. And somebody else is another initial or anagram. I don't know if I'm spelling his name right. I think I am. And then especially Bosch's triptychs. I think I'm not spelling that right either. I think there's no H. I think therefore I am there's no H. Those are three like artists that I really like, but I also like Crumb, like R. Crumb. I like fearless artists. And across the board, musicians and stuff, that's what I seek out in art, I think. That's what I'm drawn to, so to speak. But yeah, Escher is awesome for different reasons, but they both are similar in the way that they're black and white a lot. You know, they prefer black and white. But Bosch is just off the charts. Like, he's from the Renaissance, and he was just doing stuff that's like the surrealists like rediscovered him in a way, and they were just like blown away by what he did. But he grew up looking at manuscripts. He grew up in the libraries and stuff, over in Europe, and he's not only like as a child, like he had access to these huge libraries because I think his father. But that song's kind of crazy. I'm sorry. But he in the columns of like all of the you know like if this were like one of the books, and there's like it's like a Bible. Everything was sort of like laid out like a Bible. There's like things in the middle, like verses and stuff. But there's like columns in between everything. And in the columns of these manuscripts that he was reading as a child, there's all sorts of like little, like for some reason these people like drew like weird little demons and like all sorts of like just disgusting little things, like creatures and stuff like that in between the columns. And so he grew up like seeing these things and probably drawing them himself, like I used to do. I used to draw like Freddy Krueger and all these characters into my stuff, when I was a kid. That's how I started learning how to draw. And like, then I started drawing my own comic books, but I would look at other comic books, and I had this like my dad had all sorts of weird books like Bruce Lee and Arnold Schwarzenegger books and stuff. So I would like look at the Arnold books for like my superheroes when they're doing poses and muscles, and I was doing that in the fucking fifth grade. But I couldn't even like I was failing in every subject. My mind was just I don't think they understood what ADHD was. Because this is how my brain was going, and other kids around me were like, "Hey, let's throw a ball around and yell at each other." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." And don't get me wrong, I like sports, but I definitely had to act a lot, like things like other boys were into. I was just like, "Yeah, that's interesting," because I grew up out in the country, and you didn't have access to many kids my age, so you have to take what I got lucky though. I met my friend David in the fifth grade, and we ended up starting a band when we were 15, and then we played music together. I have him in some of my recordings. Like, he's a seriously good drummer. He played for all these like hardcore like metal bands, and he has like a double kick pedal and stuff, and he would just go. He was eight fucking beast mode on that shit. I remember seeing him once in Chico on like one of the worst nights of my like drunken life, where I was just out of my mind, insane drunk, and stopping traffic and just screaming at the. Oh my god, I was all butthurt about something, but that was like one of the first times I should have lost my tooth that night. I was getting in some guy's face about some stupid thing I don't even remember, and thankfully one of my friends just like randomly showed up out of a bar that was right behind me, and he was like, "Sean, what are you doing, or what's going on?" And I was like surrounded by all these dudes, and I was like yelling at one of them, and there's all these people out there staring at us, and this is in Chico, California, back in like 2003, and I turned around and I was just like, "Phil," my old friend from high school, and I was like, dude. I was like, "Get me out of here." I was like, "I have no idea what I'm doing." I had no idea why I was yelling at this guy, like, or what I thought he might have said, or something. And the guy was so cool. Like, I was like yelling at him, and I was saying mean things to this dude, and then I was trying to like do that stupid thing where drunks like shake your hand or something like that, like just shake my hand, bro, kind of stuff, like, and it'll all go away. And then, oh, I love Batman. What are you asking about Batman? Do you have any questions? I know that is a question, but it's a little vague, which is fine. I'm not trying to joke. I'm not trying to be a hard ass. I'm just saying. I did a whole big piece. Like one of my I think it might be framed actually. This isn't the Batman one, but um, sorry, the light. Here, I'll turn on the better light. I mean, I actually really like Batman. I'm a big fan of Batman and like Detective Comics and all that stuff. I have a lot of Batman comic books still. Turn the light up a little bit. That way. How about that? Is it? I know it's not super good, but it's better. Oh shit! No, it's not. Sorry. And now it's like falling apart. Everything's falling apart. But I was gonna show you this really quick. These things up there, like the Mickey Mouse like symbols, and then like I was honoring H.R. Giger and the alien and all this stuff in it. But there's another one of these that I made where it's just like Gotham. It's called Gotham, and it's just filled with like references to Batman and the creators and his like legacy and stuff like that. This one took me about a week. It's like poster sized when I drew it, or a lot of these are poster sized, and they take about a week. Because back in when I was drawing these too, I wasn't doing anything on YouTube, so now it would take me a lot longer because I'm so addicted to doing stuff live. It's just it makes my brain think differently, and it's kind of just exciting, you know. Like to go live because I don't know what it's gonna look like necessarily. I have an idea, obviously, just because I'm me and I draw. I know what I'm gonna sort of draw. I know it's gonna look like this, you know. But as far as like all the stuff that's in it, I think it's just really fun to not plan for that. I guess I stopped making plans even in life like a long time ago because I started doing that thing on Facebook or on social media where you feel like you have to like tell people that you're gonna come to a show. Like I'm going, and it's like cool for them to like kind of maybe get some support for it. But I remember doing that and just never going. I would say I was going to somebody's event, and then I wouldn't go. And then like once or twice, somebody was like, "Oh man, you didn't come to that thing." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I said I was gonna go to that, didn't I?" But then I was realizing I had a hard time saying no to people when they said stuff. But then when the night came, a lot of us understand nowadays, it's not like a new thing. But like when the day comes, you're just like, man, I just want to stay home and get stoned and draw. And over the course of the 13 years I've quit drinking, I became way, way, way more reclusive, and I just wanted to. It's like I've gone out and done things. I know what I'm like when I go out. I don't dance. I'm a wallflower. I always feel like very unsociable because nobody seems. I always say this thing like nobody talks to me and stuff, but it's kind of true. Like I've never been hit on by a girl in my life, like ever. I've never even been asked out by a girl. I'm 44 years old. I'm like the 44-year-old virgin when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like when I go out, I have a hard time talking to people, and especially like I would like to have a partner or somebody like that made art, and we could just play at the same time. It's just like been there, done that too. I like being alone, but it's like I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Day in the life of Story Grub. And then there's like people that seem interested or something, then I'll, you know, and they see who I am now, and they seem curious or into me. And then I ask them out, and then they're like, yeah, sure, and let's do it. And then I'm like, yeah, great, when? And then they just never talk to me again. I'm like, oh, okay, see ya. I know I'm kind of a weirdo. I just don't know how to communicate with people. And when people say stuff, I tend to believe them. That's my problem, I think. Yeah, you'll see. Well, somebody might come along. Who knows? I know everybody goes through the same stuff. I'm just rapping. I'm just rapping like a G. Then I take my vitamin C. But I gotta take a shower first. Oh, whoa, that's a lot of likes. Holy crap, 22 likes? No, I don't have a girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend is my best friend. I love her very much. And if she ever said, hey, how would you feel about this or that? I don't know. I definitely would think, but we're like best friends. So. I had a friend up in Portland, but I don't know if she would have considered me her. We were just friendly. She's special to me. But it's kind of like this thing too, where I don't want to be with somebody because until I find out what's going on with me fully, because my attractions have changed a lot too. I've changed a lot. It's crazy, and I never thought this could ever happen to me. Like, well, people get older and their bodies change too. Their chemistry changes, and I've definitely changed a lot. And I think it's for the better. I mean, it's just like I kind of look at it as if I didn't have a choice. It's kind of like the drinking thing. It's like I didn't. It was either quit drinking or like just die, basically. Those of you who have heard the story of the last night I drank understand maybe, but it was a bad night, and I always have felt like that should have been my last night on planet Earth. But for some reason, and that's how another in another way how art imitates life, and how I did this Matrix parody, and I made it about art. I haven't finished it yet. I did a movie, but it's really crappy, and I'm trying to finish it with the old footage. But the last night I drank, I'm like Neo in that scene where he's like, "So what are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?" And that night I sure as fuck did. I honestly don't know how I'm here. That's how I lost the hearing in my right ear for a long time. So, and that's why I wear the casing around my neck to remind me. And then 13 years later, here I am. And I'm finally starting to feel like I don't live on borrowed time. I'm starting to realize that I want to be alive, and the world is full of beautiful people. And I walk around just like humming, and I just sing to myself, the beautiful people, the beautiful people. Just all the time. And people kind of look at me weird when I do that as they're walking by really loudly. But, for the most part, they're pretty open to it. And actually, sometimes I'll be walking by them and I'll go, the beautiful people, and they'll finish it and they'll go, da did it. So people get it, I think. Um, Man, that would be a. I could see like some like YouTubers going out and doing that, just like a funny song like that, and like these old people going with their farts. No, I'm just kidding. I just think it's important to try to make people laugh and make people happy in a non creepy way. Yeah. Um. Someone is your real friend. 35. Still can't. Well, a real friend. I don't know about real friends, but I know how you can tell that when people are just good. And I think everybody has to figure that out for themselves. Because you have to trust yourself. I think it starts with trusting yourself. Yeah, you have to listen to yourself in your heart, and gather up and when you do that, all of that instinct and all the stuff that you've learned over your life will come together in a moment, and it'll help you make that decision. I think it's important to realize who your friends are and surround yourself with people that are passionate, kind, open-minded, even open-minded to awful ideas and awful people. And I don't mean accepting them, but listening to people instead of shutting down conversations where people are obviously wrong in their, for what it is. If it's based in fear or hatred or whatever it is. If you think it's wrong, do your best to lead with kindness. And I just see so many people just like the last few days just calling people on either side, just especially, I mean, and the people on the left calling people on the right just like all sorts of stupid names. And I'm like, how has that gotten anybody? How good has that done for any? What good has it done for anybody? It doesn't do any good to like add fuel to the fire. It's made everything so much worse. And I think that's exactly the problem, is that people just act as if they just they all of their problems would go away if this one person was in charge, or if this one person went away, or if I just posted this one meme about my daughter is going to go into class today under a tyrant and shit like that. It's like, good, okay, yes, he's a tyrant. Can we find common ground with the people who you think, or you perceive are racists and Nazis and shit. I mean, it's just like, I'm just telling you, that's not how the world is. That's not how Americans are. There might be parades of assholes that go through towns and do stupid shit. And there might be assholes that infiltrate peaceful protests. They've been doing that for decades. It's nothing new under the sun. Sorry, I'm going on a rant. I really didn't. I don't mean to. I just think both sides need to grow up a little bit and realize that politicians are on your side. Your neighbor isn't out to get you, and we're not enemies. We're not enemies. That's what I always say about my channel. This thing. It's like I just want people to know that they can come here and not be bullied. And I won't stand for bullies ever, in real life especially. And I won't stand for them on a channel where I'm trying to promote kindness and just communication, for crying out loud. If you have a problem with me, say it, and we can talk about it. And like I said earlier, we can become friends even, and then we can roast the hell out of each other, make fun of each other all we want. And if we meet in real life, you know what would happen? We'd probably do the same thing. We could have a drink or something, coffee, whatever it is. We don't have to like everything about each other, and that's okay. We get along in ways way more than we don't. That's the problem with this world. Everybody's in it for themselves, and nobody, even when it comes to their own children. Because think about it, about this stupid ass world that these kids are growing up in right now, where everybody's just like, I, me, mine. Fucking, god damn. Again, nothing new under the sun. It's just that everything is so much more polarized right now because of social media, cable media, fucking mainstream corporate media, basically war party media. All they do, all they do is talk for the CIA and for the Pentagon and for the corporate fucking war machine that rules us all. People out there acting like one person's gonna save the world, when there's billions of us that could do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, we could change everything. We could change everything, but we're so divided. Remind me again, 60% of Americans can't even afford, it's probably gotten worse now, can't even afford a $500 emergency at this very moment. Probably can't even afford their insulin. Americans who claim to live in a country that are free, who probably just voted acting like it mattered, who they voted for in the case of getting medicine. Like I was saying earlier, in the case of bombs dropping, the bombs are still gonna drop, no matter who's in charge. Gotta make money. Gotta build condos, gotta get that iPhone 17. Made by slaves in fucking wherever the fuck it's from. It's all bullshit. Marcus Paulson person on the Titanic, man, it's all going down. See, I was raised by Tyler Durden, I was raised by Kurt Cobain, I was raised by rock and roll, I was raised by punk rockers. I was raised by misfits and freaks and geeks. And here we don't punch down, we punch up. And I was also raised by cowboys and wolves. I'm telling you, we can all get along. It's not some big far-fetched imagination-filled fantasy. But it has to just start with communication, just being kind to each other, I think, you know? You gotta start somewhere. Who else is gonna do it but us, you know? So, anyways. The money. I agree. But I'm gonna go feed my pets and get ready for work and stuff, so I just wanted to say hi. Hang out for an hour and 20 minutes apparently. So hope everybody has a good day. Try to be patient with people, especially if it's somebody that you disagree with. If somebody cuts you off in line at Starbucks, maybe just don't grab the machete today. Maybe just don't bring the machete in with you to work today. No, just try to be good. You know, try to be like, you know, the person that I always think back now, like I would be so excited to think as a child, like that my future, that I would be the kind of person I am today, you know, and that I would be back down here living with my mom and have such a cool relationship with my aunt, and all these wonderful things would be happening with my art, and I'd be able to meet people like all over the world on this site, you know. I just on a site. I know when I was growing up in the Christ, I grew up in the 80s, you know. I was a teen in the 90s. It's just this is a world that we never saw coming, and well, some of us did, I guess, but the ones that were building it. But you know, I had my head from the down from the age of 15 until what 25 or 27 or something like that, just making art, trying to be discovered, and because I thought I was always told that's what you had to do. If you build it, they will come, and I built the fuck out of it. So many things, I just nobody ever came. But then all of a sudden, I start doing this stuff, and it's just neat to build a community of cool people and like-minded individuals. And I respect you all very much. And I'm happy to. It's an honor. I don't know. It's just an honor that anybody even watches me at all or listens. So that you do is very endearing to me. So I appreciate it. The beautiful people. Yeah, me too, Rick. I appreciate all of you. Um, but yeah, I'll be back in a little while. The cool thing is I'm working in San Luis again today, and that store is just so cool, and it's just so pretty. There's like palm trees everywhere. It's like a little ocean town. It's crazy. So my commute down there is just the most gorgeous. It's the most gorgeous drive. The other, like the first time I was driving down there, right before my art stuff, it was just like I swear I said this before probably, but it looked like I talk about Lord of the Rings a lot. I love Lord of the Rings, and I love that universe, um, the first the first ones, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And uh, it was like I was driving through Middle Earth. I swear to God, these mountains around here, and the way the ocean creates these little like weird in the valleys around here. There's like misty. It looks like the Misty Mountains, and I expect to look out there and see the nine ring rays or something chasing Frodo. Or something. I don't know. It's just so freaking cool. And then just on the other side of those mountains is just my favorite place on earth. And like there's this place called Morro Bay, Morro Bay, and as in Michael Bay, Mic. No, I'm just kidding. But Morro Bay is just like one of the coolest places. There's this big rock and these three nuclear stacks or something. I forget exactly what they are, but there's these three like big stacks right next to it. It's very iconic, and I've been obsessed with that place for like all my life, I think. But then I started writing songs about it in my early 20s and things like that, you know. And um, anyways, it's just I live down here now, and I go to Morro Bay every day or as much as I can, and the ocean and all these little towns are close to each other, and it reminds me a lot of Europe over here because when I was in my early 20s, I would read about all my favorite artists and how they lived by the ocean, and they drew inspiration from the ocean, and it looked like the coast here in the photos of them. So it's just a wonderful place for my imagination to feel free, and I go out and I like power up. I just go to the ocean, and I stand there for a while just staring at it with my eyes, sometimes with my eyes closed. I stare at it with my eyes closed. I face it with my back to it. But and then I look at it with a mirror. It's so cool. I call it the prison effect. No, but but seriously, if you ever have the chance to just even just I don't know. It's just something about it, you know, there's some things that are just grander than you that you can just walk right up to and scream at and touch. And with one wrong step, it can swallow you whole. It's just something wonderfully, I don't know, immortal about that. But I think I go there to pray because I think it listens. So anyhow, be safe, be strong, and be free. Be kind. and sing a song to someone you love. Love y'all.